This is Noelle for Petitti Garden Centers, and I'm going to show you today about how to trim your herbs, how to harvest your herbs, get them ready for all those summer dishes and salads. It's going to be great. This window box has been planted for about a week. Things are looking a little bit overgrown because those herbs are really growing and taking off in there. So we're going to talk a little bit how to harvest. One of the easiest ways to harvest the herbs is you always want to do it in the morning, first of all. They've had a rest over the evening. They've absorbed as much water as they're going to, so their stems, their leaves are going to have the most moisture that they have in the morning. So even if you're preparing a sauce for dinner, you definitely want to harvest in the morning and have them ready so you can process them and get them ready to go. The easiest way to do it is give them a haircut. And what we normally do is we take about 1/3 to 1/4 of the top stems. This plant over here is oregano. It's Italian oregano. It's really spicy, really great for fresh use and also for dried. You find these in a lot of marinades, and you can use oregano, just about on any type of meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my fingers, and you know when you go to the hairdresser and they kind of look and see how much growth is there, and you're just going to basically take the top third off. You want to use clean scissors, kitchen shears, pruners, whatever's easiest for you, and you're just going to run your fingers through, take that top growth off. As you do that, and let's say you have too much, you've harvested too much and you don't need all of it to use, not a problem. You can go ahead and freeze it, put it in ice cube trays, fill it with some water, and then go ahead and you've got fresh oregano to use the next time you want to. So that's a good one, really bold, spicy plant. And then the next one that I have here is a really cool basil. It's called Spicy Bush. Spicy Bush basil's got a great basil aroma and flavor, but what's neat about it is you don't have to process it, meaning that all of the leaflets are nice and tiny, so you just cut what you want, just like we did with the oregano. You cut that top 1/4 to 1/3 off all the way around that plant, and basically you've got basil that's ready to go. All those little leaflets can just be dropped right in your dishes, right in your salads, no problem whatsoever. So that's an awesome one too. In the middle here we have some Italian parsley. Now Italian parsley, when it's not cut, it grows like a tree. So what you want to do with Italian parsley is you'll notice all the new growth is in the center and all of the older growth kind of gets sort of thicker stems as you go. So for Italian parsley, what I like to do is I kind of clip it like leaf lettuce. I'll clip from the outside in, okay? So again, just taking your scissors, and you can go ahead and snip those more thicker stems, if you will. So I'm gonna kind of move the leaves around a little bit and kind of clip the thicker leaves on the outside. And you'll see when I get done here, I'm gonna take some off the back too. I've got some longer stems here that can be processed, but you usually will use the leaves. Again, nice and fresh. Oh, it smells wonderful. But that foliage, don't be afraid to cut it, and don't be afraid to cut the stems, because like I said, that inner growth will fill out for you, okay? The next one is this Genovese basil, which is your classic large leaf basil, okay? And of course, we love to use this plant for lots of different things. The thing about it is you don't want it to get too woody, and you don't want it to go into flower. So you want to make sure that you're always pinching those flowers out and really cutting it back. This one hasn't developed flowers yet, but boy, there's a lot of top growth. And then when you look inside, there's a lot of young, immature growth down here. So again, with this basil, you can take the top pieces off. Normally we're cutting in between the foliage, or you can really do some major cutting. So you can go down even lower if you need to on the stems and remove some of that older growth, that top growth, and let that younger growth really develop. Same thing, basil, if you save it in the refrigerator, it's gonna get kind of dark. It blackens when it gets cold. So this is a great plant to process, chop up, then put it in an ice cube tray, and then put olive oil over it. So again, when you're making sauces and all those types of things, you can just throw those cubes of oil and basil in, and they're wonderful. It's really a great way to use it. The other thing with basil is that this is one of the herbs that will root quickly from a cut stem. So you have a cut stem, a freshly cut stem of basil, you put it in a small little bud vase, it will start rooting. You can plant that basil again and you'll get more basil plants too, okay? The last one that we have here is cilantro. This is also called Chinese parsley, okay? And it looks very similar to the Italian parsleys. It has more of a fringe leaf to it, and you get that nice citrusy smell and aroma from it. And the same thing with the parsleys and cilantro. You can just trim out some of the older stems, work your way from the outside in to the interior, and just snip as you go. This plant actually likes to stay a little bit cooler. It will bolt or produce flowers fairly quickly. Those flowers go to seed and they produce coriander seed. So if you're looking for coriander, just go ahead and plant the cilantro and let it go to seed, and then you'll get your coriander for different dishes. But right now, oh gosh, I'm ready to make some salsa. So again, you've got some longer, more mature stems that you've clipped and you can use and process and use in your foods, okay? Any questions? Just let us know, comment below, and enjoy.